Do you want more customers, more leads, more engaged viewers, people who can consume your content? Do you want to attract the right audience? Do you want to build your business? Do you want to advance your career? You don't want to miss today's show because I'm going to be sharing with you tried and true methods for clarifying your message, getting the right kind of verbiage and language to get people engaged, and it's all coming from an expert copywriter. You don't want to miss this. This might be the most important stream, most important video you see today. Come on back. Welcome to Nez Nation Live. This is the Personal Branding 101 live stream podcast. I am so excited to see you guys. And let me just really quickly there. Okay, a little technical. It's so good to see you guys. Welcome. Come on in. If you're looking to clarify your message, if you're looking to get more leads, if you're looking to get more customers, if you're looking to get more clients, if you're looking to actually grow your personal brand and get real subscribers, real engagement from people who are thriving with and really feeling your message, your message is resonating with them, this is going to be the Copywriting Master Class you do not want to miss. And I can't wait to get cooking. Before we get started, I just want to say I am your host, Professor Nez. I am a personal branding coach, executive career coach on LinkedIn, business owner, actual business communications professor here in beautiful Southern California. Coming at you live. If you're listening to this on the podcast, thank you so much for joining us. If you're listening in on LinkedIn, let me know that you're here. Let me know that you're here alive, breathing. On YouTube, we're on Periscope, we're on Twitch. It's so great to see you guys. I cannot wait to share with you the most tried and true methodologies for executing unbelievable copywriting that is going to get people engaged, get people to want to basically opt into your message, want to opt into who you are, what you bring to the table, how you can help them, how you can, show them your skill set, show them your core essentiality. What we do here on the Personal Branding 101 live stream podcast is we help you discover your purpose. What is it that you are best at? What is it that you really, not only something that you excel at, but something that you can do long term and don't get burned out on? It is a skill set, a core essentiality. We help you discover that. Then we help you communicate your message. You got to get it out there. It doesn't matter how good you are. It doesn't matter how amazing you are. It doesn't matter how many credentials you have, how many certificates, degrees, accomplishments, awards. It does not matter. You have to be able to communicate that so you can impact your audience, whether it's employers, organizations, maybe it's your supervisor, your direct supervisor, or customers, clients, audience members. it doesn't matter. You have to know how to clarify your message, and you do not want to miss this. Make sure you share this out, because as you know, sharing is caring. Let me see what's going on here. Let me see who's with us. You guys are going to definitely want to share this out. Make sure you do, because you do not want to miss this. I'm going to just share this out really quickly on Twitter just to let people know that we are live. Fantastic. Okay. Hey, good to see you. Look who's here. Look who is here. Great to see you, Gabrielle. How are you? Come on in. It's great to see you, Trent Fields. Good to see you. Happy Friday as of this recording. William, Ryan, good to see you, Ryan. Fantastic. I got your message, Ryan, and I think I sent the email back, so hopefully you got that. Ryan is a client of mine. Trent is a client of mine. William Wen, good to see you. Happy Friday. It's great to see you guys. How are you? Fantastic. And it looks like Sleep Apnea Man on YouTube. Good to see you. Checking in from the San Francisco Bay Area. Good to see you. Make sure you smash those reaction buttons. Make sure you hit like. Make sure you share this out, because I'm going to be giving you, see, a lot of us business owners, a lot of us content creators, when we're building our personal brand, let me kind of give you the premise of the show and why this is going to be super, super valuable. And we're going to jump right into it. I'm going to give you 7 powerhouse copywriting, actual concrete examples that you can use, examples that I use based on one of the experts, one of the premier experts in his field, Mr. Ray Edwards. I'm going to share with you these unbelievable copywriting strategies. And they're not, I mean, it's hard to even call them strategies or tactics, because they're just really tried and true methodologies, and they work, and they're going to help you. Even if you're not running a business, even if you're just somebody who is trying to build your, kind of employee brand, you're trying to build your company brand, you're trying to attract employers, you're trying to attract people to hire you. This is going to help you, because a lot of us, we create this amazing content. We create these amazing articles, videos, podcasts, long form, short form, what have you. But that's not enough. That's not enough, Nez Nation. That's not enough. You've got to be able to attract them. A lot of us, I'm a big believer in organic content. I love organic content. Everybody should be creating organic content. Why? Because building a personal brand is all about 3-dimensionalizing who you are. It's demonstrating rather than talking. It's showing rather than telling. And I can't tell you how much this works for me and how much this works for everybody. You ask anybody who's got a strong business, a strong online reputation, and they will tell you that building a personal brand in 2020 is everything. It's absolutely everything. And the strategies and tactics I'm going to share with you today are some of the best tried and true methods that are going to get people engaged with your message, that are going to get people resonant. Take 2. Boop. They're going to get people to resonate with your message. This is true for resume. This is true for LinkedIn. This is true for an opt-in page, a landing page, a website. This is something that I use every single time I create content. I use this. I used it at the beginning of this live stream podcast. I used it at the very beginning. If you go back, if you're just joining us, or if you missed that, go back to the beginning. As a matter of fact, go to the beginning of all. Go to the beginning of all of my content and you will see, or go to anything that I share. I use this stuff every single day. I use this stuff every single time I produce and release content. You've got to have excellent copy that shows how you care about your audience and exemplifies to them why they should invest their non-refundable time into you. Why should they watch your video? Why should they read your article? Why should they listen to your podcast? Why should they engage with your post? Why should they even care? This is absolutely monumental. And this really resonates if you're somebody who's trying to get a career or job. How in the interview, I tell this to my clients all the time, on your resume, the number one thing that you have to do right away is you got to grab attention. You have to know how to grab attention. It doesn't matter how good your content is. It doesn't matter how many degrees you have. It doesn't matter how great your product or service is. If you can't grab attention, it's all for naught. You got to understand how to grab attention, and good copywriting, excellent high quality copywriting. And this works. It works. It's necessary. Building organic content is a huge part of building your audience and leveraging your audience, but also paid traffic. I'm a big component of paid traffic as well, especially now that Facebook advertising, Instagram advertising, Google search, those are all pretty much paid platforms now. You cannot get organic reach. Unless you're Kylie Jenner, you're not getting organic reach on Instagram and Facebook. You're just not. I'm sorry. So for those of us who are trying to grow, who are trying to build, who are trying to get people on board with our message, who are trying to show them authentically, you're not selling. Copywriting has nothing to do with selling. And I'm going to go into really this video is going to have several parts to it. The first part is just talking about the truth of what exactly copywriting is. What is it? What does it mean? And then how can it help me? Why do I need to pay attention to this? Why is this something that I need to treat very seriously? Why is this something that I should even incorporate into my strategy as an employee looking for a job, or as somebody who's trying to grow their content, grow their business, what have you? This is going to help everybody. I use this stuff every single day. Hey, good to see you, Urban Explorer. Fantastic on YouTube. Good to see you guys. How are you guys doing? Luis, my main mod. How are you? Sleep apnea. My entire story has been nothing short of organic, and I'm proud of that. That's fantastic. Good for you. That's fantastic. I think you're going to get a lot out of this Copywriting Master Class, as the title suggests. This is something that not only I use and implement in my own personal brand, in my own business, with my clients, in my agency, but also this is something that a lot of people incorporate. Everything that you see, pretty much everything that you see on the internet. I mean, think about this. Everything that you see, every ad, every piece of content, everything that you see, think about it on these terms as well. Think about it as, why is it drawing my attention? Why is it making me, want to click? What is it about the way that the message is conveyed that is inciting me, inspiring me, compelling me to want to learn more, right? There's a reason why Facebook and Google are billion-dollar ad companies. I mean, that's basically what they are. They make billions and billions of dollars on ads. And why they make that much money on ads is because it actually works for businesses. Because as I say to my clients all the time, I want you to be Netflix, not Blockbuster. That's why building a personal brand for your company, for your content, for your message, for your employee advocacy, whatever it is, this is where communications is taking place. This is modern 21st century communications. Copywriting has been around forever. Personal branding has been around forever. Human-to-human interaction has been around since the dawn of mankind. Communication has been a big part of progress, a big part of movements, of countries, of, proclamations. I mean, anything that started from nothing and grew to something large, global, national, what have you, has excellent messaging, has clear, concise, thoughtful, authentic messaging. So you're going to get a lot out of this class. And that's, I want to kind of give a little bit of a overview that what you really need to be doing is taking everything I'm going to share with you today and really trying this out, using it as I have used it many, many times before, as I have been able to get a lot of organic and amazing, opt-ins for whatever my paid traffic is looking to accrue. But also, this is something that works with every avenue of, your life. It really does. In the interview, when you're working with your sales team, when you have staff meetings, with your personal life, with your professional life, with your family, your loved ones, the ability to communicate effectively. That's really what this all boils down to, the ability to communicate effectively. And I want you to look at what are the types of messages that resonate with you and why. And leave in the comments down below. I would love to know, especially if you're watching this on the replay, leave in the comments down below, if you've tried any of these copywriting master methods. And how have they worked for you? How have they not worked for you? What are some ways in which you get people to opt into your message? Essentially, it comes down to how do you get people to opt into your message? Ryan, great to hear from you. What are your thoughts on a personal website? Okay, I want to answer questions. Let's try to leave questions. Please stick around. We've got a lot to cover. I want to answer all your questions. Ryan, that's an excellent question. I will get to that question. I want to kind of get through the content first. I'll go ahead and answer your question right now, but just as a sort of a kind of fair warning or fair, how I really do these things, I just want to let you guys know. I like to get through the content first, and then I'll take questions towards the end. I'm happy to answer questions. I'm not somebody who likes to do a very strict, regimented style, but I also, want to get through the content, because if I sit here answering questions all day, I'll never get through the content. So I'm happy to answer any questions. Hold on to those questions briefly, and I promise you I will answer everybody's question at the end. Ryan, just really quickly, my thoughts on a personal website are absolutely, you should. Everybody should have their domain. Everybody should buy their name. You should buy ryanneighbors.com or Ryan, put an initial in there, neighbor. If Ryan Neighbors is already taken, you should absolutely have. It's essentially what you're doing is you're owning your own digital property. YouTube is rented land. LinkedIn is rented land. Facebook is rented land, etc. It goes on and on. Instagram, what have you. These are all rented properties. If you're building your entire infrastructure on rented property, what's to say, and this happens all the time, when the sands shift, as they always do, especially now that we're living in this era where everything is changing at breakneck, hyperbolic, ludicrous speed. If YouTube makes a change, God forbid if LinkedIn goes away one day, what happens to all of that content, all of that leverage, all of that, audience? I've got 20,000 followers here on LinkedIn. This is one of my most powerful platforms. I've been on this platform since 2007, building my business and my brand. And so I love LinkedIn. I was here way before everybody started thinking LinkedIn was cool. And so now it's become a really unbelievable personal branding platform, whereas before it was more networking, relationships, job-centered solely, career-centered solely. It's still the best place for your career and job search, but now you can actually create a LinkedIn page, a LinkedIn channel. There's so many new features. There's LinkedIn Live, which I'm live right now. So absolutely build your own property, own your own digital deed, have your own digital deed. Make sure that you are building there. And that's a whole nother show. And let me know in the comments below, if you're listening on the podcast, let me know if that's something that you would like me to execute. Would you like me to do some content about building your own website, why that's important? What are the best kind of stats? I'm a big believer in simplicity. What kind of personal branding coach would I be if I didn't believe in simplicity? And so there's so many, back when I first started in 15, 20 years ago, sorry, I had to get a little water. Building a website was a $25,000, $30,000 ordeal. Now you've got Squarespace, which I'm on Squarespace. Squarespace, if you need to sponsor me, really. If you hear this, reach out to Nez. Wix, you've got WordPress, you've got all sorts of amazing platforms. Buy the domain, pick it up, and it's definitely something that you want to do for sure. So yeah, make sure that you build that. Make sure that you buy your domain immediately. I don't have every domain of Professor Nez, but I've got professornez.com, professornez.live. There's a couple more that I'm probably going to purchase. I know some people have like 100 domains around their name or brand, which is smart. So I would say, Ryan, definitely. That's kind of a long way of answering that. Yes, Neil, have you seen the new rule regarding affiliate links? Yeah, I got the email. If you're a partner for YouTube, which some of you guys are, this awesome Nez Nation audience, see, when you follow the Nez Nation hashtag on LinkedIn, when you subscribe to my YouTube channel, when you opt into my message, when you go to our podcast, the Nez Nation Live Personal Branding 101 podcast. Those of you listening on the podcast, I really, really appreciate you. You get this amazing group of content creators. You get this amazing group of live streamers. We're bringing more humanness to this digitalness. That's our mantra here. That's our mission. Forget mantra. Mantra sounds too cultish. Nez Nation is a community of creators, business owners, live streamers, podcasters, gamers, unbelievable individuals, teachers, trainers, educators, consultants, coaches. Come on in. You got to join Nez Nation. Just because I'm Professor Nez doesn't mean that I'm sort of the grande dame, if you will. No. I'm a part of this community too. This is our community. And so, you get this amazing group. Yes, absolutely, Neil. I did hear about the new rules, and there's new terms of service that Google, which owns YouTube, have been dictating. Yeah, and that's really important to always stay abreast of that. Heaven's Orphan on Twitch. When you build a brand through a service like LinkedIn, who owns that brand is a complicated issue in of itself. Thank you, Heaven's Orphan, for your comment. Okay, I need to get through the content. I will get to all this stuff. Please hold on to your questions. But the first thing I want to do, this is a copywriting masterclass, is why is copywriting important to us as content creators? Why is copywriting? What is copywriting? What does it mean? So copywriting is this. Copywriting is essentially persuasive communication. Whether it's written, spoken, or in some kind of other form, it is the type of communication that is intended to persuade. It is intended to get people, individuals, customers, clients, audiences, humans, okay, to really kind of get involved and engage with your message. Whether it's an offer for a product or service, whether it's you just want brand awareness and you're creating content and you want people to watch your stuff, check out your stuff, engage with your stuff, or, if you're somebody who's looking to advance your career and you're trying to build your sort of credibility, you want employers, organizations, companies, what have you, to see what you're made of, copywriting is an essential part of this. And for content creators, I want to say this. I think it's most important, really it's most important for content creators. And I'll tell you why. Because I know what it feels like when you've worked your butt off. This is not easy to put on. I mean, a live stream show is not easy to put on. Creating a podcast is not a simple task, especially when you're somebody like me who still teaches at the university, who runs a business, who has a family, 2 kids, a wife, a mortgage. A lot of us, we're literally stretching ourselves all over the place. These aren't easy things to create, but it's not enough. And it's not. And I know it can be frustrating for content creators because, hey, Walter Wayburn, great to see you. Please come on back. I know that it can be very frustrating. You've created this unbelievable content. You've created this unbelievable video, live stream, podcast, article, long form post, short form post, photographic image, inspirational quote, what have you. And now you've got to worry about the marketing and distribution. This is a part of marketing. Copywriting is a part of marketing. And so I know how frustrating and I know how it can seem like, gosh, is there ever any end to all of this work? I'm now a distributor. I'm a manufacturer and a distributor. Yes. When you don't have a large team like some of these so-called influencers, when you're like me, who's basically a solopreneur, who has a very, very small unit here, small team. When I say small team, my wife and like a VA, we have to do everything ourselves. Yes. Now you can outsource stuff. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. You can outsource stuff, and that's a whole nother show. But this is really, really important. If you're looking to build your YouTube channel, grow your LinkedIn presence, grow your online reputation, grow your online presence to advance your career or grow your business, copywriting is a huge part of that. And it's the marketing aspect. It's getting your, content in front of the right eyeballs and earballs and inducing them, not manipulating them. A lot of people are very reticent to engage in copywriting because they feel that it's maybe too salesy or too pushy or too manipulative. It is not. It is the exact opposite of that. I was talking to a client earlier this morning, It's not selling, but selling even has a bad rap itself. It's not selling. A true salesman never sells. The best salesmen tell their story effectively. And if that story resonates with people, so be it. Awesome. If it doesn't, your story doesn't have to resonate with everybody. Your story doesn't have to resonate with everybody. It only has to resonate with the right people. That's the important part of it. So don't think of this as icky or salesy or pushy or manipulative. It's not that. You need to give context. You need to contextualize. Why should I invest my non-refundable time? I cannot go to Target and return my time. I can return anything else at Target practically, or Walmart. I cannot return my time. Your time is your most valuable commodity right now because there's not enough left and you can't buy more of it. So time management is extremely important. So if I'm going to invest my time in your content, if I'm going to invest my time in your landing page, in your product, service, or offering, I need to know that it's worth my time. And that's what excellent copywriting can do. And everybody needs this. Paul Peck Drywall, good to see you, sir. How are you on YouTube? Fantastic. Make sure you smash that smash button. And don't forget, sharing is caring, especially when you've got brain-busting content like Nez does. I'm sharing with you 7 concrete copywriting examples that you can deploy for your business, for your advocacy, for your personal brand that are going to skyrocket your engagement. Real engagement. It's not about views and subscribers. It's not always about that. It's about real, authentic engagement. That's what it's all about. So who's ready for the very first tip? Now that we've talked about what exactly copy, I want to see in the chat. Who's ready? Give me a funky emoji. Give me a thumbs up or give me a smiley face in the chat, or just say, yes, Nez, give it to me. Who's ready to talk about some of these unbelievable examples? And I'm going to share with you exactly what, I'd use these all the time. I'm going to share with you these copywriting examples and how you can execute them and implement them for yourself. Who's ready for number 1? I'm giving you 7 powerhouse copywriting examples, tried and true, and then you got to stick around to the end because number 8's going to blow your mind. It's going to blow your mind. I don't know where that accent came from, and I don't know where the hell that came from, but it's going to blow your mind. I promise you that. Why do I sound like somebody from a 1970s? I don't know. Sometimes it just comes out. I have these strange characters in my head. Maybe that's a condition. I don't know. Who's ready for number 1? Give it to me. Okay, good to see you. All right, I see some people saying give it to me. Okay, fantastic. How about you on LinkedIn? Can I see something in the chat? Can I see an emoji? Can I see? I'm not getting the comments here on LinkedIn. It's kind of driving me a little crazy. It's kind of driving me a little wonkers. What's up with you, LinkedIn? Give me something, will you? I want to see something in the chat, LinkedIn. Let me know if you're ready. I'm not going to go forward until I see something. I want to see a smiley face, a thumbs up, a middle finger. No, I don't want to see a middle finger. Just give me something, will you? Thank you, Neil. Thank you, Christina. Thank you, Sleep Apnea Man. I got to check out your channel. I think I probably have sleep apnea. I got to check that out. Okay, number 1. Number 1 copywriting example that is going to, something that I've used many times and that works to get your audience invested. To get your audience invested in your message and your offering is this. Number 1 is the if-then copywriting construct. As you might expect, this statement, if you have the following pain or problem, then here's the solution and why. It's a great copywriting, if-then copywriting methodology. If you're confused about where to get started with your personal brand, how do I even begin, then you want to make sure you click the link below because it's going to show you step by step. Christina, for you, if you're struggling to figure out where do I list my home, who do I sign up with, how do I market my home if I'm trying to sell it by myself, then You want to check out this article, check out this podcast, check out this video on my YouTube channel. It's going to show you step by step exactly how to do that. Here's something that I want to say right off the bat that's really, really important. Neil, for you. If you're wondering how to, if you're struggling to figure out how to turn your van into a exploring machine that you can not only live out of, but explore and have the adventure of a lifetime, check out this video. Then you want to check out this video. I mean, the if-then formula. It's the if-then copywriting example. If you want to understand how to clarify your message and you have no clue, you're overwhelmed, you're frustrated, you're beating your head against the wall, then you want to check out Professor Nez's article on how to brand yourself step by step. This is what it's all about. Yes, smash that smash button. Make sure that you smash that smash button. And here's what I wanted to start with. I'm ready to go. Farzin, good to see you on LinkedIn. Make sure you smash that reaction button on LinkedIn. Share this out. Brandon Waters, client of mine, good to see you. All my clients are here today. I love it. Make sure you smash it. Make sure you smash it. So the if-then formula. Now, this is something that I want to kind of give a brief sort of overview, a sort of a kind of explainer or a preface. I want to preface all these examples I'm going to show you. So most people, after they've created this unbelievable content, after they've actually, they've got this beautiful opt-in or landing page or offer or service or product or whatever it is, video, live stream. In their copywriting, they fail. Where the big failure is they make it all about the content and not the end user. This is something that a lot of you guys might already know, but this is a great reminder, okay? This is top of the funnel right here. It's not about you. Like Andrew Carnegie said in his amazing book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. If you don't know who Andrew Carnegie is, he's one of the forefathers, the grandfather of industrial capitalism in the early 20th century. What an amazing entrepreneur and businessman. I mean, he's one of the titans of industry. Andrew Carnegie said in his book, and I quote, "Nobody cares about you. Nobody cares about you. You have to make them care about you." How do you do that? You talk or make or construct or craft messages that put their frustrations, their problems, their issues, their struggles, their obstacles first. You put that first. And I've got a 3-step methodology that I talked about many, many times. I've talked about this many, many times. And I help clients with their website. I help clients with their messaging all the time. It's an easy 3-step formula. Start with the problem, then go to the solution, and then talk about what are the results? What's the transformation? People don't buy a digital course. People don't buy, a product or service. They buy the transformation that it's going to bring. That's what they buy. That is emotional storytelling. That is emotional pathos, as Aristotle called it. None of this is new. It goes back until the dawn of time. None of this is new. Okay? These are tried and true methodologies. Tried and true methodologies. Okay? So make sure that you understand this. You have to make it all about them. You need to talk about how when they click on your video, when they check out your offer, when they check out your message, when they click on your landing page or they go to your website, that investment of their time is something that's going to help them with a problem, challenge, or obstacle they're facing. You are the solution to their problem. It's very, very important. So if then, getting back to this, yeah, you should be. Thank you so much, Luis. Everybody should be taking notes on this. This is going to help you. I use this stuff all the time. Content creators, YouTubers, LinkedIn video creators, Facebook video creators, live streamers. If you're just coming in right now or you're listening on the podcast, I use this very same formula at the beginning of this live stream. As a matter of fact, I use it all the time. In the first, you only have 7 to 10 seconds to grab their attention. You only have maybe 5 seconds to grab their attention. In the first 5 seconds of your content, don't say, "Hey, look at me. I'm Joe. I'm the best at this. I can do this. I'm really great at this." Nobody cares. What you want to say is, hey, are you struggling? Are you frustrated? Are you really at your wit's end on how to fill out that application, how to fix this XYZ, how to overcome this XYZ, how to be a better marketer, how to be a better creator, how to be a better whatever it is, a better dentist. I've got the perfect video. I've got the perfect solution to your problem. Everybody should be taking notes. This is monumental. I use this stuff all the time. That's why I'm sharing this. Copywriting Master Class, step by step, actual concrete examples that you can use right now. Not tomorrow, not next week, not 5 years from now, right now. The if-then copywriting model. It is absolutely fantastic. Okay, so this is a really good one, and I absolutely love this. And so make sure that you try this out and leave a comment down below. Let me know if this is something that you've used before, or come back to this video after trying this and let me know how it's been working for you. Okay, now number 2. Who's ready for number 2? I've got 6 more of these. Who's ready for number 2? Who is ready for number 2? Let me see in the chat. I want to see some action. I want to see some liveliness in the chat. Give me some emojis. Give me some thumbs up. Give me some, hey, Nez, give it to me. I don't know if that's the best way to put it. This needs to be advertiser friendly, y'all. Concrete copywriting. It's not manipulative. It's not salesy. It's not selling at all. A good salesman doesn't sell anyway. A good salesman tells their story effectively, authentically, truthfully, honestly. Sales has got a bad rap anyway. This is all about contextualizing your content, contextualizing your offer, contextualizing your service, whatever that may be. Why should I invest my time? Who's ready for number 2? Number 1 was if-then. Who's ready for number 2? Thank you. Thank you, Neil. Who's ready for number 2? I want to see something in the chat. I want to see some cool emojis in the chat. Let me know who's ready for number 2. If you don't do anything, this is number 2. If you don't do anything, it just gets worse. This is the if you don't do anything, it just gets worse copywriting example. This type of statement acknowledges people's tendency to hope their problem will go away if they ignore it. So, for example, if you ignore the personal branding problem, if you ignore the van life problem, if you ignore the social media problem, it won't go away. And that's a problem because a conversation about you is happening. If you're not a part of it, you can't influence it. Another way of putting this is you could also say something like this: choosing to do nothing about your personal branding has consequences. Okay, so you might explain what those consequences are and let your audience figure out that part on their own, depending on their market or whether your topic is a hot button issue. Drive the home point with examples. Choose examples that highlight the cost of not doing what your audience needs to do, right? So this was one that I actually shared with a client. If you're not investing, check this out. This is the if you don't do anything, it gets worse copywriting example, okay? Check this out. If you're not investing in Facebook ads and are instead relying on organic posts, because we know this is not part of it. I'm looking at you and saying this because we know there's no more organic reach anywhere except for LinkedIn, of course. I mean, YouTube's fantastic for search and suggested videos. If you're not, here's the example again. If you're not investing in Facebook ads, are instead relying on organic posts, you're fighting a battle against an algorithm that will crush you. So if you don't do anything, it just gets worse. It will make sure your content is never seen until you're forced to spend more money as the marketplace gets more competitive. Okay? So basically, another way of putting this very, very succinctly is ignoring the problem doesn't solve the problem, right? For you, Paul Peck, check this out. For you, Paul Peck, If you let your drywalling go, if you don't handle the issues in your home right now when it comes to construction or drywalling or paint or making sure that your house has proper insulation, this is what's going to happen. It's going to get worse. Your value is going to go down. Your home is going to lose its, you know what I mean? Like that's a great example for you, Paul Peck. I think that's a fantastic example, right? If you don't soup up your van in this fashion, Neil, right? If you don't create this type of, feature in your van, then this is what could potentially be the consequence of that. And it's just going to get worse. So it's kind of like if then, it's still kind of along the if then, but really it's ignoring the problem is going to make the problem get worse. So you're hitting them. Again, it's all about them. It's all about your audience. I'm not saying, hey, hi, I'm Paul Peck. I'm the drywall expert. You need to come check out this content. No, you're making it all about them. You're making it all about your audience. Very, very crucial. Very, very important. And so I use the example of the Facebook ads, and I think that's a great example, but try to incorporate all of these, right? Try to incorporate all of these with your own, content, with your own business, with your own brand, with your own, like if you're a human resources leader, right? Let's say you're a human resources director, or let's say you're a business development or a senior account executive for you on LinkedIn, for those of you watching on LinkedIn. And let me know in the comments on LinkedIn, give me some examples. If you don't have this conversation with your team, with your HR team, then this is the consequence, right? Then there'll be a division of, there'll be a breakdown or a deterioration of, your congruency or your implementation or your relationships with your staff, your employees, your relationship with payroll, whatever that is. If you don't, understand that sales incorporates this kind of methodology, then your numbers, your revenue, your line graph is going to go straight down. So it's ignoring the problem, right? Only makes the problem worse. A lot of people like to rest on their laurels. Bad boogie. That is bad boogie. God, these are so good. These are so good. There's a million different variations. You can apply this to your own brand. You can apply this to your own business. You can apply this to your own content. Copywriting that works. It's fantastic. Let me know in the chat. Give me a thumbs up. Which one do you like so far better? Do you like the if-then approach, or do you like the if you don't do something, it only gets worse? Two concrete copywriting examples that work, that I use all the time. If you're somebody who's looking to advance your career and you're ignoring that LinkedIn is an unbelievable way to get the career you want, advance your position, get that promotion, you're going to be left behind. You're going to see all of your colleagues surpass you. You're going to see all of your friends and colleagues skyrocket right past you. Check out my LinkedIn branding master class, right? Which I just did one very recently. I mean, there's so many. You can get creative with this too. Get very, very creative with this. Okay, who's ready for number 3? And also let me know in the chat, which one do you like better? Or which one do you think you're going to try first? I want to know, especially if you're watching this on the replay. Come on back and let me know in the comments which one you think you're going to, implement for yourself, for your own, and give us examples. And I respond to all comments. I will share with you what I think you can tweak, what my suggestions are, how you could maybe edit it, revise it. Being a business communications professor for over 20 years, I know a lot about this kind of messaging. Being a personal branding coach, this is something that I talk about daily, if not minutely, if not secondly, with my clients, with my content, with my brand awareness campaigns, with my paid traffic campaigns. I've done a lot of testing on paid traffic. I've spent too much money on Facebook and Instagram advertising. I've spent too much money on Google search. So I know a lot about this, and even YouTube pre-roll ads, which I'm starting to experiment a little bit more with. YouTube pre-roll ads work. Thank you, Paul Peck. It's so good to see you, Paul. It was amazing to meet you at Vid Summit. Oh my God, this stuff works. This stuff works. Okay, who's ready for number 3? Can I get an emoji in the chat? LinkedIn, talk to me. How about Periscope? How about you, Twitch? Where you at, Twitch? Where you at, Twitch? I want to know. Heaven's Orphan. Here's what I see. Hold on. This is a very long message. I'm going to have to come back to that. Okay, Paul. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Luis. Good to see you. Thank you, Luis. Another thing with the last copywriting example that I want to share here, I have this here in my notes, is, you can really, talking about ignoring the problem doesn't solve the problem, using the if you don't do this it gets worse. You can also use creativity and metaphors, and I've talked about this. For instance, if a child doesn't do their homework, here's another example. If a child doesn't do their homework, you know they're going to fail the course. Why would you not do your homework? You don't want to fail in life. Metaphors can work too. Anecdotes can work too for the if you don't do this, it just gets worse problem. So that's something that you might want to think about. Okay, who's ready for number 3? Did I get some emojis? Did I get some emojis in the LinkedIn chat? Farzin says, Farzin, I hope I'm saying that right. Is it Farzin or Farzin? Lots of inappropriate content on Periscope. Would it damage brand because of that? Well, it's not, unless you're the one that's executing inappropriate content. No. Why would it hurt your brand? You mean like inappropriate comments and stuff? You can always block people. You're never going to be devoid of inappropriate comments. I've been trolled. I've been live streaming online since 2015, since Periscope first started. And trust me, you're never going to get away with inappropriate comments. It's going to happen all the time. The cool thing is when you've built a really cool community, like this Nez Nation awesome community, it's full of content creators, it's full of live streamers, educators, coaches, consultants, trainers, what have you, gamers. You've built a great community of people who come to each other's aid and support each other, help each other. And you as time goes by, it just gets better and better. Your community becomes stronger and stronger the more that you clarify your message that resonates with a specific audience. But no, I don't think that the fact that the platform, there's not one platform on earth, maybe LinkedIn, but I mean, that could change too. There isn't a platform. I mean, look at all the inappropriate stuff on YouTube. I'm on YouTube all the time. I love YouTube branding. So no, Farzin, I would say don't worry about that. As long as your content, as long as what you're trying to say is something of value, you can't control what other people do and think. You can only do your thing. That's what I would say to that. Okay, who's ready for number 3? Number 3, this one's good. Oh, God, this one's good. I love this one. Oh, my God, it's just going to get better and better and better as we go forward, guys. Check this out. Copywriting Master Class. This is actual copywriting examples that work, that are going to help you to get people to invest their time into your message. This is huge. Number 3. What most people do. Oh, this one's good. This is actually Ray Edwards' favorite one, and I think it might be my favorite one too. So this is the type of sentence that most people do the wrong thing. Okay, so what you want to do is you start with what most people do, and then this is kind of a way of rewarding your audience for being smart and being different and insightful and being people who understand. So, for example, what most people do about their social media marketing is copy what their competitors are doing, plus or minus 10%, and call it good. That is a huge mistake. So you're sort of like, you're in a sense, you're kind of creating this atmosphere of inclusivity or maybe exclusivity, right? Like you're not like most people. Oh, this is so good. So then you reward your audience, right? You reward your audience. So you say something like, I know you're not like those people. Instead, you're someone who does X and someone who does Y. That's why this solution is perfect for you. Oh my God, it's so good. What most people do with their content creation on YouTube is they just plaster a video up there, call it something that they think is clever, and leave it there. They think that that's okay. And that's a huge mistake. Okay. You're not like those people. This is why I'm sharing this, how to grow on YouTube, video the right way, right? Which actually I just put, short shameless plug. I just published a video that was taken from over 10 YouTube experts on at Vid Summit, this awesome conference, which a lot of you guys in the chat were there. It was awesome meeting all of you guys there. It was my 4th year in a row attending, which is just getting better and better and better, especially the people. It was great seeing Neil and the gang and everybody. So what most people do, this is a great message. And it's a great way of creating that sense of inclusivity, creating that sense of you're not like most people. That's why you got to check this out. You're not like everybody else. By doing this, by, opting into my offering, my service, my product, positive affirmation. By opting into my product, my service, my offering, my content, you're going to be different than the rest. You're going to be above the rest. Again, thinking about them. It's all about them. It's not about your content. It's not about your service. It's not about your offering. It's about them. I mean, tell me this stuff isn't gold. Tell me this stuff isn't gold. Are you kidding me? What are you, crazy or something? What's the matter with you? What's the matter with you? For crying out loud over here. I'm losing my mind over here. This stuff is gold, y'all. You need to use this stuff and then come back to this video and comment. Let me know. How did it work? How did it go out? Thank you so much, Ryan Neighbors, for the skyrocket emoji on LinkedIn. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. You're welcome, Farzin. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. You're absolutely welcome. Yeah, don't worry about what other people do. I wouldn't worry about that one iota. Who cares what other people do? You do your thing. If I cared about what other people did, if I cared about what other people thought of me or what other people, I wouldn't have a business that earns multiple 6 figures. I wouldn't have a brand on LinkedIn that has over 20,000 followers, that has over 170 recommendations and testimonials. It just blows my mind when you see these so-called LinkedIn experts or what have you, and they have one recommendation from a best friend who lives in Europa and like 5 followers or any, like they don't create any content either. It blows my mind when I see that. Investigate for yourself, y'all. Investigate for yourself. These so-called YouTube experts, LinkedIn experts, whatever experts, personal branding experts, investigate for yourself. Google. I want you to be Netflix, not Blockbuster. Google these people. Find out about them before you give them your hard-earned money. Don't just buy their course. What are their credentials? Why does it warrant them to be talking about this subject or this topic? Right? And you can never be sure about anybody, but you should do your own due diligence, right? If I'm going to hire a real estate agent, I'm not just going to pick anybody. When I hired the agent that sold our property, I checked out their references. I checked out their reviews. I called some of the people they worked with. It's an important thing. It's an important decision. I didn't want to just dedicate my family's, livelihood to this individual who I didn't think deserved it. So do your own due diligence. Absolutely. How many people liked number 3? What most people do, right? What most people do when they sell their home is X and Y, but you're not like most people, which is why you need to check this out. And I know this answer to your question, how to have an open house or how to hire the right agent or how to, how to present your house, how to stage your home when you do have people come check it out and do a showing. That's why this video is going to help you. That's why this, company is going to help you. That's why this solution is perfect for you. What most people do when they hire a drywall expert, or what most people do when they're redoing their home or when they're renovating their home is this, and they think that that's good, right? You're not like most people. So I have something for you that I know you're going to get a lot out of that's going to help you look better than your neighbors or have a better interior, have a better what have you, whatever it is. These things work. These things work, y'all. Okay, this one's really good too. Who's ready for number 4? I've got a bunch more, y'all. Who's ready for number 4? Who's ready? I don't know why I'm like Mr. Accents today. Mr. Characters today. I am a character, though. It's pretty sad. Or I guess depending on how you look at it. I don't really care what you think, but I just love having fun. I see too many of these live streams. Here's the thing. Here's a quick live stream tip. Here's a quick content creation tip. And I talked to Pat Flynn about this at Vid Summit, and he confirmed this. Embrace your weird. There's nobody like you. There may be a lot of people who are similar to you. There may be a lot of people who look like you, but there's nobody exactly like you. Embrace your weird. A lot of the people in the chat right now do such a great job of that. A lot of the people on YouTube, creators, you really embrace their personality and they bring their personality out. Embrace that. Immerse yourself in you. Everybody else is taken. As the great writer Oscar Wilde said, be you because everybody else is taken. So really embrace, I think it's important. I see so many people creating content and so many people creating videos on LinkedIn and creating live streams, and they go like this. Hi, I'm Jennifer, and I'm going to talk to you today about why building a personal... Come on, be you, be crazy, be weird. I love weird. The weirder, the better. Be yourself more than anything. Your authenticity is what really makes your brand and your content stand out from the rest. Otherwise, you're just going to be like everybody else. Give me an emoji in the chat. Type something in the chat if you agree. LinkedIn, give me an emoji. Give me an I agree or give me an I disagree in the chat. I want to hear from you. Who's ready for number 4? Who is ready for number 4? Looks like Luis is ready for number 4. That's fantastic. Thank you so much, Luis. Who's ready for number 4? Give me a cool, creative, different emoji than you used before. If you're ready for number 4. Okay, I'll stop. Okay, number 4. Are we ready? I want to see some. I'm not going to go forward until I see something here, y'all. I need to see some emojis. Do I see any emojis? I don't know. I don't know if I see any emojis. I need to see some emojis. I need to see some yes, Nez. Give it to me in the chat. I don't see anything like that. I'm just going to go ahead and do something else until I see those emojis in the chat. Thank you, Luis. I really appreciate that. I want to see something in the chat. LinkedIn, where are you? LinkedIn, for the love of God. I want to see something. Catherine Huffman, good to see you. Catherine Huffman on LinkedIn, thank you for the emoji. Maybe I'm just not getting the, I don't know. Maybe I'm not getting the comments fast enough on LinkedIn. You know what I'm going to try to do? I'm going to try to go to okay, Farzin, there you go. Farzin sent me something. Fantastic. I really appreciate that. Thank you, Farzin, for the emoji on LinkedIn. Okay, number 4. Okay, I think that's good. Thank you. I appreciate that. Number 4, imagine this. Painting a vivid picture. Imagine this. I'm going to do a recap too at the end. And then remember, I've got another powerhouse. You got to wait all the way to the end of this live stream. You got to wait all the way to the end of this podcast to check this out. I got a powerhouse tip at the end. Imagine, starting off with imagine this for copywriting is really powerful. Imagine is like a magic word, right? Because when you ask people to imagine something, they really can't resist that. So when you use the word imagine, you can put an idea in the minds of your audience and get them to picture something. So it's one of the biggest challenges as somebody who's trying to convey a message that gets an audience to invest in them is getting people to picture themselves experiencing the successful outcome that your product or service will bring them. This one might be my favorite, actually. I said I really liked what most people do because it makes a hero out of your customer, client, audience, whoever it is, employer, organization. But this one's really good because it's a great way. It's more storytelling, and I love. That's kind of my background, being a 7-time author on Amazon and teaching a lot of creative writing as well as business communications in my professor life. This has a more storytelling kind of vibe, and you know me, I love story. So check this out. Here's an example. Excuse me. I need a little water. I'm gonna actually use one about social media marketing. Imagine your social media marketing efforts start to outperform all of your previous marketing while your ads costs go down. Imagine every key player in your industry comes to you for social media marketing advice. Imagine your boss gives you a big fat raise because she doesn't want you taking a job anywhere else. Does that sound like a fantasy? Well, it isn't. If you can deliver the goods as a social media marketer, then these and other benefits will come to you. Imagine getting the most value for your home. Imagine, having the one house on the block that everybody is just dying to see the interior after you renovated it. Imagine, wouldn't it be nice, all your neighbors? So you're tapping into something there, right? And then you explain to them, after they've imagined it, you explain to them why your product or service can bring them all the things that you've asked them to imagine. Then you go into it. Hi, I'm Paul Peck. I can do this. Hi, I'm Professor Nez. I'm your personal. Imagine having people contact you in the middle of the night in a random email, which this happens all the time to me. Professor Nez, I checked out your live stream. Professor Nez, I checked out your video. I actually had a client who spent 5 figures on one of my packages. I actually had a client say they heard one line in my podcast. They heard one line on my podcast and they knew they needed to hire me. Imagine if I didn't create that podcast. This stuff works, y'all. It works. So imagine having content that reaches the most people. Imagine people, viewing your YouTube videos. Imagine your subscriber rate going up, 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 and up. Imagine building an entire business around your YouTube channel. And then being asked to attend and speak at events like Vid Summit or Podcast Movement or, whatever, traffic and conversion. Is that a fantasy? No. Well, check this out. My YouTube Master Class or my YouTube training workshop or whatever your product does. Then you get into the product. But you hit them with the imagination first. You hit them with the picture. You're painting the picture of the transformation. You're painting the picture of if they opt in on my product service, if they opt in on your product, your service, if they opt in on your expertise, they opt in on your message, they're going to get that transformation. You're painting the transformation first, and then they're going to get that transformation. And then the product and why your product is the solution comes after. You've already got their imagination. You've tapped into their creativity. You've sent them there. You've transported them there to the results. So this really goes back to what I said about my 3-step methodology. Talk about the pain or struggle. What is the pain or struggle? Then the solution, and then the results. For example, if you go to my website right now, are you struggling to earn more or grow your business? Are you struggling to advance your career or grow your business? It starts with a clearly defined brand message. Let me help you earn more, grow faster, and stress less. Problem, struggle. I'm struggling to advance my career. I'm struggling to grow my business. Solution, clearly defined brand message. I don't care how good your product or service is. If you can't communicate it, it means squadoosh. It means goose egg. And then there's the transformation. There's the results. Earn more, grow faster, stress less. Crafting a compelling message, y'all, is everything. These copywriting tools are just really kind of foundational and fundamental. But you can incorporate them in so many different ways. They all lead to that epicenter, that resource, the mouth of the river, which is you have to have a message that resonates. People need to know. They need to first know before they can buy. And before they buy, they need to like. Does that make sense? Fantastic, Paul Peck. It is so amazing to have you here. I really appreciate you. It was awesome meeting you at Vid Summit. I hope to see you more on the channel, brother. I hope to see you more on the channel. Thank you so much. Really, really appreciate it. LinkedIn, where are you? LinkedIn, talk to a brother. LinkedIn, how good is this stuff? Who's going to use this stuff? Leave me a comment. Leave me a comment in the chat. Who's going to use this stuff? Thank you so much, Neil. Boom. Boom. Thank you so much, Neil. I appreciate that. That's right. Boom, baby. This stuff is, I wouldn't, you know me, guys. I don't share stuff that I myself don't incorporate and don't implement. Nez, why are you sharing this? Nez, why are you even telling us this? Why are you even giving us this information? Because I love seeing other people be successful. I love ending other people's frustrations, struggles, and I know the major obstacle, the major problem has to do with communication. I eat, sleep, and breathe words and language. That's my livelihood. I've been doing this for over 30 years. I've been teaching, practicing. I'm a professional speaker. I get paid by organizations to give presentations. I teach at some of the top universities. I'm a natural born coach, trainer, and mentor and teacher. More importantly, teacher. I don't want to use the word mentor too loosely. That's what I do. My father was a professor. My grandfather was a teacher. He was the first superintendent of one of the first charter schools in the country. It's in my blood. It's in my DNA. I was born to do this. And I truly feel I'm the best at what I do. And I don't say that narcissistically. I say that with the conviction of passion and energy and self-awareness and self-actualization. I really mean that. Hey, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Farzin. Where to read about your courses? Most courses don't relate. Yeah, Farzin, if you go really quickly, a shameless plug again, if you go to beyondtheboxacademy.com, this is one of my training academies, and we have courses on personal branding. We have courses, step-by-step help, mindset and messaging, getting your mindset right, communicating that so you can earn more, grow faster, stress less, how to build content, where to start, how to craft a message, how to get yourself out of your own way. Unbelievable digital courses that I, yours truly, teach myself. I do it all myself. Excellent point here. Excellent point here, Neil. It's all about curing a problem and making yourself the go-to man. Exactly. That's exactly right. I couldn't have said it better myself. Beautiful. So this one's really good. I mean, this one, I really, really like this one a lot. Imagine. The imagine this kind of copywriting example. It's really, really good. Okay, number 5. Who's ready for number 5? I want to see some emojis in the chat. Give me some thumbs up in the chat. Who's ready for number 5? This one's really good. This one's really good. It's going to get better and better. I mean, I really do like number 4, and I really do like, I really do like number 3 a lot too. I think those two, what most people do, and imagine this. I mean, they're all good, but this one right here, number 5. Let me know if you're ready for the number 5 copywriting example that actually is tried and true and actually works, that I've actually used and implemented myself. Who's ready for number 5? I want to know if you're ready for number 5. I need to see something in the chat. I need to see a thumbs up. I need to see a smiley face. I need to say a yes, amen, or something. Dinner. Luis, dinner, chicken winner, or chicken dinner. How's that go? All right. Okay, you guys are ready? LinkedIn, where are you? LinkedIn, I want to see you. Give me something in the chat. I want to see some liveliness. I want to see some aliveness. That's what I want to see. Okay, check this out. Number 5. I'll stop beating around the bush. Is the if the only thing you get is technique. If the only thing you get is. This is really, really good. This is another technique where it's emphasizing the major benefits of your product or service. And if the only thing they get is one of those benefits, then taking your desired action, whether it's buying, engaging, or whatever, will be worthwhile. Emphasizing the major benefit of your product or service, and if the only thing they get is one of those benefits, then taking your desired action, whatever your call to action is, click this, learn more, buy this, shop now, whatever it is, will be worthwhile. Okay? So here's some examples. If the only thing you get out of this live stream, okay, is how to get yourself, okay, out of your own way when it comes to building content, then this will be worthwhile, and this is going to be worth you investing your time in this. If the only thing you get is certainty about the kind of video marketing you need to do and where you should be doing it, then opting into this, engaging with this, buying this will be worthwhile. If the only thing you get is expert insider understanding, okay, of X and the unique opportunities and pitfalls that come with it, then it will be worthwhile. So this is the sort of, if the only thing you get is one essential benefit, okay, from whatever it is that you're pushing, whatever it is that you're advocating, whatever it is that you want, the desired action that you want your audience to execute, that's a great copywriting example that works really, really well. Now this one, I don't actually use this one as much as the other ones, but again, this is based on, studying the expert copywriter, Ray Edwards. He's got a book on copywriting that sells. And, I'm kind of sharing my sort of take on this and sharing some of those, because when you're building a brand, when you're trying to, advance your career or grow your business, this is a huge part of it. This translates into so many different facets, not just, copywriting for a post or copywriting for an ad, but in so many other facets, because it's all about putting your audience, putting your customer, putting your client, putting them first. You got to put them first. I hope that makes sense. If the only thing you get is, that's number 5. What do you guys think of that? Oh God, I think I have to, hold on a second. Okay, mute. Sorry about that. Let me know if you can hear me right now. I had to sneeze. Okay, LinkedIn, YouTube. What do you guys think of that one? Really, really powerful. If the only thing you get is this essential benefit, then it's worthwhile that you do it. Whatever that essential benefit is, if that's the only thing that you get. Let me know in the chat if that one is one that you may implement yourself. Let me know in the comments if that's one that you've actually used yourself. Let me know in the comments if that's a strategy that you think you really want to try. Out of the 5, if then, let me go through these really quickly, and then we're going to get to number 6. Out of the 5, let me know in the comments the if-then method, right? If you're, following the pain or problem, then here's the solution and why, right? Or number 2, if you don't do anything, it just gets worse methodology. Or number 3, what most people do, and you're not like most people, so this is why my solution works. Or number 4, imagine this. I really like imagine this a lot. Thank you. Thank you, sleep apnea. Or number 5, if the only thing you get out of this is XYZ, then it's worthwhile your time to invest in this. Not really the biggest fan of this one, but I know that this one works. And this is based on the copywriting experts. So I'm kind of sharing what Ray Edwards is really advocating here. Who's ready for number 6? Who's ready for number 6? And I'm going to start answering questions too. And leave in the chat. Please make sure you leave in the chat. Let me know if you have any examples that you would like to share. Let me know if there's any questions that you have. Let me know if you're wondering, hey, Nez, this is what I do. I respond to all the comments on YouTube, LinkedIn, wherever you leave comments. Let me know in the comments, hey, Nez, this is what I want people to do. I want to create better copywriting. This is my business. This is my title, my job. I want to get more engagement. I want to get people more engaged in my message. How would you orchestrate it, or how would you phrase it? Let me know in the chat. I'll be glad to help you, and I'll leave comments. So let me know in the chat. Leave a comment down below. What we're talking about, if you're just joining us on the podcast or live stream, is we're talking about copywriting that works. This is a copywriting masterclass, actual copywriting examples that will help you build your brand and grow your business. This stuff works. I use these all the time. Okay. Who's ready? Who's ready for number 6? Who's ready for number 6? I got a little Jack Black on that one. Who's ready for number 6? Let me know in the chat. Don't let this happen to you. Don't let this happen to you. So this is this is kind of the don't let this happen to you methodology. Again, you're hitting them on an emotional pain point, right? You're hitting them where it counts. You don't want this to happen to them. Well, what is that you don't want them to happen to them? Don't get caught using yesterday's outdated tactics for personal branding and throw good money after bad, right? Don't be ashamed that you don't know everything about, personal branding. And by keeping it a secret, allow your pride to rob you of results, your reputation, perhaps even your job. Don't let this happen to you. Oh, this is a great copywriting example. This is really a great way to, hit people where, nobody likes to make mistakes if they're easily avoidable. Nobody likes to fall if they can avoid it. Nobody wants to throw away good money or throw away time if it's unnecessary, if it's easily avoidable. So your solution, your product, your service, your content needs to hit them at that pain point. Your content, your product, your service, your offering needs to be the solution to helping them avoid that mistake. Don't let this happen to you. That's number 6. Don't let this major mistake that could cost you thousands and thousands of dollars when you're selling your home happen to you. Check out this video where you can easily avoid this mistake and save a ton of money. Don't let this, don't let your van become, less usable or less effective by allowing this to happen to it. Check out my video on how you can create a way to make your van way more efficient when you're on the road, right? Something like that. Don't let this happen to you. Don't let this happen to you. It's fantastic. Yes, Neil, I do too. I love the if-then approach is something I use probably more universally than most of the other ones. Yeah, I love the if-then approach. If you're struggling with this, if you're having issues with this, if you have problems here, then I am the solution. If you're frustrated, if you're overwhelmed, if you don't know where to start, if you're wondering how to do this, then I've got the solution, right? It's a fantastic methodology. Absolutely. So this one's a really good one. Don't let this happen to you. I've got the solution. I've got the answer. I've got something. Remember, it's all about solving their problems. Ask not what your customer or client or audience can do for you, but rather, it's the Kennedy approach. Ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. It's about service. Any great business, any great piece of content is all about either education, entertainment, hopefully both. And so why would people want to invest in this? You have to think about them solely. You have to think about, what is it that's going to incentivize them? What is it that's going to motivate them to opt in to your message? So always thinking about them. That's extremely crucial. Charlie Dog is in the house. Midnight Madness 4x4. How you doing, Charlie Dog? Good to see you. How are you doing? It's fantastic to see you, Charlie Dog. Welcome. LinkedIn. Did you get number 6? Okay, number 6 is crucial. Don't let this happen to you. Don't let, for you, sleep apnea, man. Okay. Don't let your day get ruined. Okay. By not getting enough sleep when, easily, if you do this, whatever it is you're offering, you can get a good night's sleep. Don't let, your immune system diminish. Don't let your body fail you. Don't let your crucial systems and nervous system, come to a breaking point when you can be easily avoided by getting more sleep. I've got something that's going to help you get a full 8 hours of sleep, right? It's a perfect way of doing it. I'm doing fantastic, Charlie Dog. Great to see you. I'm doing fantastic. I am so excited to share these. We got 2 more. And before I do, I just want to mention we do have a podcast. Make sure you subscribe to it. It is the Nez Nation Live. You might be listening to this podcast right now. It is the Nez Nation Live Personal Branding 101 podcast. We're on Spotify, we're on Stitcher, we're on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, everywhere that you listen to podcasts. Put me in your little earbuds and learn everything about building your online reputation so you can earn more, grow faster, and stress less, helping you discover your purpose, communicate your message so you can impact your audience, whether that's customers, whether that's clients, or whether that's just you have an important message and you like helping people. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to always be about money. It doesn't have to always be about business. Creating content and serving and participating in this thing called life, this is where it's all happening. It's all happening here. I want you to be Netflix, not Blockbuster. That's why you should be building a brand. That's why you should be creating and three-dimensionalizing yourself in the form of content creation. Especially if you want to advance your career, especially if you want to grow your business. It's all here. It's all taking place here. And we've got an unbelievable Nez Nation community of live streamers, content creators, podcasters, coaches, business owners, you name it, gamers. We've got everybody, YouTubers, LinkedIn Livers. We've got a fantastic audience, and I want you to be a part of it. So go subscribe to our podcast. When you're walking your dog, when you're at the gym, driving in the car, you can learn everything you need to know about building a standout personal brand, okay? Make sure you do that. Okay, who's ready? So number 6, again, just to review, was don't let this happen to you. Copywriting example. Don't let this happen to you, okay? And then allow your solution, okay? Your solution is going to allow them to overcome that hurdle. Number 7, who's ready for number 7? Number 7 is the what if. It is the what if copywriting example. So you're starting with the what if, which is a phrase that evokes possibilities. You want to, kind of tap into their sense of what could be, their sense of future promise, future hope. And whatever you have, whatever content, whatever product, service, or offering is going to be something that is going to help them realize this what if, or bring this what if to fruition, right? What if you could have a van that will help you explore life in a whole new way without spending all this money on, other unnecessary habitat aspects of life, without spending thousands and millions of dollars on homes and condos? What if you could be on the road permanently in a mobile home? What if you could have a brand that helps you earn money while you sleep? What if you could be ahead of everyone else for the next Snapchat or Instagram stories? The what if methodology. It's fantastic. What if you could get all the latest and greatest information about technology, what's coming out in tech, in one place? Would that be something that would interest you? So it's kind of like the Imagine sort of tool that we talked about earlier. This what if is a great phrase. It's a great copywriting example that, again, you're putting it, the onus is on them. You're tapping into their sense of want. You're tapping into their sense of what's challenging them, what they need to overcome, what they need to, what are some obstacles that they're facing, challenges, problems, and your solution is going to bring that what if. Your content, your video, your product, service, or offering is going to bring that what if alive, bring it to fruition. This phrase evokes possibilities, right? So this is a very, very powerful, powerful tool. Imagine might be a more powerful tool, but the what if is a great one to kind of mix it up, because you can't always say imagine, right? So it's sort of under the same kind of, it's in the same kind of pathway, or the same sort of vibe there, if you will. What if? What if you could stage your home in under, 60 minutes while concentrating on what really matters, which is, carrying out your day, or focusing on your family, or going to your kids' recital? What if we could take care of that problem for you? Check this out, right? What if I could solve every single problem you have with, creating a van life that brings you the best experience possible and allows you to travel freely with zero headaches. You're creating possibilities, It's a really, really good one right there. It's along the same lines of the imagine, and I really like that one a lot. It's the what if. LinkedIn, let me know who's here. LinkedIn, let me know in the chat if any of these copywriting examples are something that you think may be useful or handy to you. Let me know in the comments down below. YouTube, Periscope, Twitch, let me know. Yes, Luis, I love this. What if equals this resolution is guaranteed to fix your problem? Would you give it a try based on the result? Very nice, Luis. God, I love my Nez Nation family. You guys are such great students. I absolutely love it. That's perfect. You are doing fantastic, Luis. Thank you so much for being here. What if? Yes, what if is a great way to start. And you can't always use imagine, so you got to mix it up a little bit. Okay, who's ready for the bonus? Copywriting example, number 8, okay? Which is... This one's really interesting, and it's one that I have not really used a lot of, but I know this one is a powerhouse tool, and I've seen other people use it, and I've seen other people, use this methodology, and it's worked wonders for them. Who's ready for number 8, the bonus copywriting example that is going to help you get people to opt into your message. It's going to help people get you more views, more clicks, more people who subscribe to your email list, more people who check out your service, check out your offering, click on that button. Who's ready? I want to see in the chat, and then I'll do a summation. I'll do a review over all 8, and then I will answer any questions, because I'm happy to answer any questions. I know a lot of us have some questions. Who's ready? Let me know in the chat. Who is ready for number 8? Smash. Are you guys smashing the like button? Are you smashing the insight button? The celebration button? I want to see those things flying. While I get a little wata. Who's ready for number 8? Let me know in the chat. Give me something in the chat. Give me anything. Luis, I see the fruit platter. That's fantastic. So number 8 is you're standing at the crossroads. Number 8 is a phrase that uses kind of a metaphor to discuss a binary choice, such as attending this event, attending or not attending it, or it's kind of a way of putting the audience in a difficult decision that they have to make, and you are going to make that decision a lot easier. You notice a trend here, you guys? Are you noticing, how every single one of these copywriting examples is all about creating a frictionless environment for your audience, your customer, your client? It's creating an easy pathway of understanding, a clear choice. People don't like choices. People don't like overthinking. If they have to overthink with your copywriting, it's over. If they have to overthink with your content, or if they have to overthink with your offering, your service, your product, if you're giving them way too much, or you're giving them not enough clarity, they're going to move on. They're going to move on. So check this out. This is really, really interesting. You're standing at a crossroads. You've got 2 roads to choose from. The road on your left is the road you've been traveling down. It's rocky. It's bumpy. You're trying the same old tactics. They're less effective. Your ads are costing more and more. The cost per lead is going up. Okay, that's one avenue. This is related to social media marketing. Or you can go down the road to the right, which is paved and smooth. Only a few people are on this road, but their social media marketing is getting more engagement. Their ad costs are going down. Their cost per click and per lead are incredibly low. This road is the one you travel when you choose my service, product, or offering. So it's creating this sort of binary choice, and it can kind of sound a little bit over the top, but it's been proved to work before. Okay, so the copy is intentionally reiterates the same point in different ways. That to stay on road A, which is the road of no change, is definitely a choice, right? But the road B, which is your solution, is going to help them transform, help them get something more, help them overcome a problem, help them overcome a choice. So by creating this binary choice, which is really, really interesting. And here's another version I want to share with you, is really something that you can kind of creatively incorporate for yourself. But it's basically what it's saying is you're constructing a story where the road that they've been traveling on is stagnant. The road that they've been on their whole lives or for the past whatever is not something that's leading them to overcome whatever challenge, problem, or pain they're experiencing. There's another road, and that road leads to your service, offering your content, your video, your article, your podcast that is going to help them, that is going to transform them. Here's another way of putting it, and this is one that Ray Edwards shares specifically. You know, there's two kinds of people in the world. The kind of person who's a lifetime learner, a consummate student, and a courageous innovator. Or there's the kind who thinks they know it all. They're more concerned with being impressive than with being right, and are panicky, a play it safe kind of person. Which kind of person are you? This is really interesting because this is really about kind of creating a storyline in where, you know, they are the hero and you are the guide. I don't know if most of you guys have checked this out, but there's a great book called Story Brand by Donald Miller, and he's a former screenwriter, and he talks about, you know, pitting yourself, your company, your business, your service, or your content as the guide, the Obi-Wan, as opposed to Luke Skywalker. Most businesses, brands, they pose themselves as the hero, Luke Skywalker, but that's putting all the focus on you. Your customer, your audience, your client, they are the hero. You are the guide helping them overcome a challenge. So Luke Skywalker, you know, his family was killed, you know, by the dark side, by Darth Vader and the evil empire. And Obi-Wan helps him become a Jedi so he can, you know, save the galaxy and avenge his parents or what have you. I don't know. I haven't seen Star Wars in a long time, but that's the example he uses. And it's kind of this is sort of the same thing. Number 8, this copywriting example is by creating this story about your hero, your audience, your customer, your client has been on this road, okay, which is either stagnant or it's deflating them or it's impeding them from growing, from doing something, achieving something, getting somewhere higher, more advanced. So for example, for me, you know, if you've been stuck in the same job, you see other people around you getting promoted, you see other, you know, you're getting passed up for promotion, you've stagnated, you're frustrated, you feel like you don't have any more purpose anymore. You can still go down that same road. It's safe and you'll probably always have a secure job, but I've got something that's going to help you. I've got a way to create a LinkedIn brand for you, to create a brand new resume for you, to help you with interviews so that you can feel confident when you enter the workplace and you can get the job you deserve. You can advance your career and feel like you belong somewhere in a company culture that is not toxic and embraces your personality 100%. That's an example. So this last methodology, number 8, you're standing at the crossroads, is just a way of telling the narrative that you are the guide helping the hero overcome a challenge. And it's creating these binary choices. This one can be a little funky, but you know, and it can sound a little bit too dramatic, but you know, this is one that works. It's just one that works. It's really about storytelling. It's really about story branding. And this one works. So, you know, copywriting, there's all sorts of different ways to go about it. There's all sorts of different methodologies. This one, to me, is the most interesting because if you're not telling your story and you're not communicating your story well, then you're going to come across as salesy. You're going to come across as self-promotional. You've got to tell your story in an effective way that always puts the end user first, that always puts the audience first, that always puts your customer and your clients first before you. Hey, good to see you, Patty Broussard. Patty Broussard on YouTube. Long time no see. Hey, Patty, I invited you to our Nez Cord. I don't know if you ever accepted that invite. Let me know if you got that invite, or maybe you don't want to be in Nez Cord. That's fine. God knows why, but hopefully you got that. I don't know if you didn't get that. Maybe Neil can send you the invite link. Okay, I'm gonna go over all 8 of these again and just kind of give a little bit more context. 8 copywriting examples that are going to catapult your offering, your service, your product, your content, and engage your audience. Get them to click, get them to buy into, invest their time into your message. This will change your business. This will change your content creation. This will change your career for the best. I promise you, these are methodologies that I use every single time. I want people to, really resonate with my message. I want people to connect with my message and what I'm offering. So I'm going to go through all of these 8 again. And if you have any questions, let me know at the end. Who here right now in the live stream, if you're listening on the podcast, I apologize. Which, by the way, if you're on the podcast listening to this and you subscribe to our YouTube channel, or you subscribe and follow the hashtag NezNation, every time I go live, you will get notified. We would love to have you here in the chat, podcast listeners or replay viewers. We would love to have you here live. I used to have a very specific time and day that I went live every week, but things have kind of been, and no excuses here, but things have kind of altered, to put it mildly. And just life stuff happens and things change. And so I try to go live. I was planning on really having Thursday nights be my premier live spot, but it's going to be a little bit more sporadic, and I apologize. But again, if you subscribe and if you get those notification, modules going the right way, every time we go live, you can participate in this awesome chat. I would love for you guys to be here. But if you can't, I understand. People are busy, life things happen. There's replays, there's podcasts. You can check that out and get all of this good stuff. How many people here live? I want to know how many people here live are getting a lot out of these awesome copywriting examples. Please leave in the chat what you think. Maybe you're like, hey, Nez, I didn't get any value from this. I want to know. I want your honest opinion. What do you think of this content? What do you think of these copywriting examples? Are you going to use any of them yourself? And let me know if you have any questions. I'm going to go over all 8 right now, but I want to see in the comments. I'm reading and monitoring all the comments. I want you to leave in the comments below. Let me know which ones you find the most valuable, which ones you think are interesting, which ones you think you're going to use on your own, and how you're going to use it. I want to know. I respond to all comments. So, 8 concrete, practical, tried and true copywriting examples that are going to take your offering, your product, your service, your content to the next level as far as engagement. Number one copywriting example was the if-then approach. That was number 1. If you have the following pain or problem, then here is the perfect solution and why. If-then. I use that all the time. If you're looking to grow on YouTube, then check this out. If you're looking to build your teams and have a more cohesive, streamlined process for your company, then check this out. If you're looking for a new sales executive, then you've got to check me out. Look at my resume. Check out my LinkedIn. I've got 18 plus years, what have you. If-then is fantastic. Fantastic. Thank you so much, Neil. I really appreciate that. Drive safely, please. I don't want anything to happen to you, brother. Number 2 is if you don't do anything, it just gets worse, right? This one's really interesting. If you ignore the A problem, then it won't go away. And that's a problem because it's going to get worse. And so here's something that you can do to make it better. Here's my offering. Here's my content. Here's my solution. If you're not investing in Facebook ads and are instead relying on organic posts, you're fighting a battle against an algorithm that will crush you. So what you want to do is make sure that you understand that ignoring the problem doesn't solve the problem. So that's number 2. If you don't do anything, it just gets worse. And so your solution is going to help them overcome that and make sure it doesn't get worse. Number 3, what most people do copywriting example. This is pitting your audience as sort of a smart and savvy bunch, part of an exclusive club. Everybody loves exclusivity. What most people do with their brand is they da. You're not like most people. And so that's why I'm sharing this with you, because I know this is going to work perfectly for you. You're going to embrace it. You're going to check it out, and it's going to help you. What most people do. That's number 3. Number 4, and I think I agree with some of the people in the chat. This one might be my favorite. Number 4 is the imagine this copywriting example. Painting a vivid picture in their mind, painting really painting the transformation they're going to get if they opt in your service, your product, your offering, right? This one's really, really good. Imagine, yourself being invited to all the greatest events. Imagine everybody at your work praising you for your excellent, service and your excellent skills and your humility and your help and your contribution. Imagine you having clients and customers come to you rather than you having to chase them. Then my product, my service, my offering, my content is going to help you get there. It's going to help you bring that imagination, bring that scenario that you've painted to life. I love number 4. Number 5, if the only thing you get is copywriting example. This is kind of an interesting one. It's basically a case where you emphasize the major benefits of your product or service. And if the only thing you get is one, then taking this desired action will be worthwhile. So you talk about all the benefits, right? But you emphasize one that, is kind of just a way of saying, look, I'm giving you so much that even just one of these is going to be powerful enough to propel you past your problem. It's a really, really interesting one, number 5. Number 6, don't let this happen to you. Number 6 is a phrase that is easy to understand, and it's a great way to kind of, hit your audience on that emotional pain point of this is an easy thing that you can avoid. This is my solution is going to help this not happen to you. This, mistake, this pitfall, this failure, this, hazard or what have you. I'm going to come up with a solution that's going to help you get past this. Don't let this happen to you, right? Don't let your van life, don't let your van experience this kind of problem. Otherwise, watch this, video on how to avoid this crucial mistake that could cost you, XYZ. So don't let this happen to you. That's a great one right there. Number 7, what if? Kind of similar to imagine. What if you could be ahead of everyone else for the next Snapchat or Instagram stories? What if, you could become the vice president of sales at your company, and by really engaging in this, content that I'm going to share with you? What if? Evoking possibilities. The what if is a lot to do, very similar to the imagine copywriting example. And then number 8 is the kind of creating the scenario where you are the guide helping the hero to eliminate the fear of making a choice. You're standing at the crossroads. There's one road that you've been following, which is stagnant, which is problematic. And I've got a road that's going to help you go to the next level. It's going to transform you. It's going to change things for the better. Creating a scenario, this is story brand marketing. This is storytelling to get people to opt into your message. Fantastic, fantastic tool. I want to hear from you guys. Those are the 8 copywriting phrases and examples that actually work. I want to hear from you guys. Let me know in the chat if you have any questions, any comments. Let me know if there's any of those 8 that you feel really strongly resonate with you and why. I'm going to come back and respond to all the comments. If you have any questions at all, here's the bottom line, y'all. Here's the bottom line when it comes to copywriting. Think about the audience. Think about the end user. What is the problem that you have the solution for? Why should I watch your content? Why should I listen to your podcast? Why should I opt into your landing page? Why should I subscribe to your email list? Why should I read your blog? Why should I read? What is in it for them? Always think about what is in it for them. It's extremely important. Same thing when you go into an interview. Don't talk about what I'm good at, what I want, what's my salary, what's my vacation benefits. No, think about how you can solve their problem. Your content, okay, your service, your product needs to be the Excedrin to their headache. And you do that. If you don't think about yourself, but you think about how helpful, and you think about how you can solve their issues, their challenges, their obstacles, their problems, their pain, you watch your channel grow, watch your content engagement grow, watch your business grow, watch what happens at your company as an employee, watch what happens to the people around you, watch how your colleagues treat you differently. Everything is going to happen by serving your audience. And this is where copywriting comes in. Copywriting needs to contextualize your content. Copywriting needs to give them a reason to click that button. And the way that you give them a reason is by clearly demonstrating, by clarifying to them what they're going to get out of it. That's it. That's everything. What if then, and you're at a crossroads, imagine this, what if? All of these examples are fantastic and they're great, but they all boil down to one core essentiality. They all boil down to one major point, and that is service. And that is making sure that you're thinking about them. You're putting your audience always first. That's if you want to advance your career and grow your business. That's if you want your content to get viewed, if you want to grow your audience. It's all about service. People don't care about you. I hate to break it to you. Companies don't care about you. Organizations don't care about you. Now, I'm not trying to sound like a cold fish. I'm just trying to make a point. Of course, people care about you. Of course, they care about you, but they don't care about you. You have to make them care about you. That's how you're going to get people to opt in. That's how you're going to get people to invest. Again, invest their non-refundable time. That's a lot to ask people. That's a lot to ask people, y'all, to have them invest their non-refundable time. They can't get that time back. Make sure they get paid off. Make sure it's worth their while. Otherwise, your brand is done. Otherwise, your content is done. Your product, your service is done in their eyes. And they talk. People talk. They will talk to other people. Yeah, I checked out this Nez guy. Whatever. Yeah, it's not worth, clicking on his thing or whatever. That would be terrible. You don't want that. You need to provide value. You need to smother them, suffocate them with help. So much help that they just are blown away by it. They can't believe how much you've lifted them. You're going to leave an impression in their mind. Your content, your service, your product, your offering is going to leave a lasting impression. That's the key. And copywriting is a big part of that. It's not about you. It's about the audience. Concentrate on them. Any questions for me in the chat? Any questions at all in the chat? Make sure you go and check out our podcast, Nez Nation Live. We also have, if you're interested in working with me or you're interested in getting more from me, you can go to our online academy, beyondtheboxacademy.com. If you want to learn how to build a personal brand from scratch, where to get started, how to get started, where should I focus, where should I not focus? If you want to get yourself out of your own way with a mindset mastery course, in this academy, beyondtheboxacademy.com, we've got amazing step-by-step, hold your hand the whole way courses on how to build a brand that helps you earn more, grow faster, and stress less. We've got communication courses, writing courses, we've got mindset courses, amazing stuff taught by yours truly that have helped thousands of people. Go check them out. If you want to work with me personally, go to professornez.com and you can click on work with me, and I do one-on-one coaching, I do consulting. I'm happy to work with you if you need help with your resume, with your LinkedIn brand, your personal brand, with your speech, public speaking, what have you. I do a lot of that. I have many services that I offer. go check them out. But I've got tons of free content. I don't want to focus on that. I got tons of free stuff. So go check. I got tons of videos. I got an entire playlist on my YouTube channel. If you go to professornez.com/livestream, I've got tons of videos, tons of master classes, tons of branding classes, tons of mindset, messaging, you name it. I've got tons of stuff that you can check out at your leisure, chilling at home, eating your Fritos, laying on the couch and just getting unbelievable. Over 30 years of teaching in higher education, over 30 years of running businesses. I mean, you can just plug in your earbuds. We got an amazing podcast. What do you need? You don't need anything more than that. Hello? I love you guys. Have a fantastic, fantastic day. Don't forget to click subscribe. Don't forget to follow us on our Nez Nation hashtag. I want to see you guys again. Go check out this other content. Go check out these other videos. Go check out our podcast. I absolutely love you. Let me know in the comments down below. I respond to all the comments. Let me know in the comments down below. What was your favorite part of this video? What was your least favorite part of this video? How are you going to implement these strategies and tactics? How are you going to use these? If you have any questions for me, leave them in the comments. I come back and I answer all of them. I love you guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Don't forget, go check out this other stuff. You're going to dig it. You're going to love it. Go right now. Go watch it. Go listen to it. Thank you.